Hey, Ryota Murata, Ryota Murata, yeah, Ryota Murata, vámonos, Ryota Murata, vámonos, Ryota Murata, Cinco de Mayo, Ryota Murata, Ryota Murata, hey, Ryota Murata. Yo, Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news in the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Hey, celebration, Ryota Murata. Yo, Ryota Murata. Vámonos, Ryota Murata. Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shoot. Canelo in deep talks to fight Ryota Murata. Right? Deep conversations and talks. I've been complaining about, hell no to Kovalev Canelo. And then as hell no to Billy Joe Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who I want to see him fight. But he's in deep talks with Ryota Murata. Right? And there ain't really nothing really good to say about that. Right? Ryota Murata is what he's about 16-2, right? 13 KOs. Remind me a little bit of Vladimir Klitschko when you look at him from behind when he's fighting. You don't see his face, see these Japanese, but he reminds me of got the same body movement, the same head form, shape as Klitschko. He's kind of dangerous. But the thing is, he's a WBA regular champion. He's lost 2 fights already. And when I say regular champion, that's a title that doesn't and shouldn't exist. It's not one. You can't have, you have 2 champions. We have a WBA, they call it super champion, but that means the WBA real champion. And this is one they made up for a few years ago. Similar to Canelo and that franchise championship, which is also a made up title, or the 155-pound division. Well, I'm just going to make a division, and we have thousands of divisions. We have one at 154 and 160. That's only 6 pounds. Why do we have to have one in between there? But when Canelo wanted it, we could fought 3 fights, and then bringing people up to fight him to do that, right? So now we have Ryota Murata. Now, like I told you, the only thing good about it is you can put his name in a good little song and get this, Latino jamming. Ryota Murata. Vámonos, Murata Murata. That's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? You could probably do that with the name, right? Because don't act like you know him, right? He's a regular champ. Don't nobody know him. He's lost to Rob Brant, and then he came back and avenged the loss to Rob Brant, right? He lost to Adam, right? But let me tell you something. That Adam fight, right, was arguably a damn, they say you got robbed. I don't remember looking at that, but I do know that the general consensus was they should fight again. Now, I also will note, when brothers beat somebody barely, it's always outrage. I'm going to be that true about that, but I think this one was really the case, and Murata came and avenged that. So I'm just going to give him the one loss, right, to Rob Brant. Now, the problem with that is we were talking about Canelo coming down to 168 because he went to 175, and hey, he wants to stop at 168 and fight Billy Joe Saunders. That was the excuse when I was going in about Billy Joe Saunders. He just doesn't deserve it because he went and got fat. We'll get to that in a second. But you said 168, then he's going to stop there. Even Oscar De La Hoya said 168, it should be, good. So we didn't really want to fight Demetrius Andrade at 160 or Charlo at 160, who have belts and they're undefeated. So, but here, Murata is 160, right? And he's not a champion. He's not any close to pound for pound. He's not even considered the top 5 middleweights, right? Only thing good about him is just like Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin was trying to fight him too. If he wouldn't have lost to Rob Brant, that's who Golovkin was trying to fight, which tells you you see who Golovkin fights. Zemureta with 5 knockouts. People in there arguing. I was just watching people in there arguing about Zemureta's IBF mandatory. They've made sure Gennady Golovkin's team begged them to put him there immediately so he can say that. Because Golovkin ain't trying to fight neither one of those boys either. Right? By those boys, I mean Charlo and Andrade. So Canelo now got all these championships and titles and this and that. Right? Now he's going to fight this Murata here. And he's not deserving, right? Because according to Canelo fans, he's not deserving. Because Canelo fans will tell you that a champion in Charlo or a champion in Andrade, who have they fought? Why do they deserve it? As champions, one guy was mandatory about 2.5 years. The other one been champion in the WBO for a while and was champion at WBO at the division before. Matter of fact, both of them were champions at the division before and won Canelo. Been wanting them for years. but they're not deserving. But this guy will probably be. I think the Canelo fans will like this one, right? They probably won't be any outrage. I don't know who, but I will ask you at this point, who the hell do you want him to fight? Do you want anybody? Who do you want him to fight? Probably don't want him to fight anybody. That's the problem. But with all those things that have been going on, Canelo's the only one who wants this fight. You understand? And the fans that are just following him don't want him to be tested, so they can still call him to be the best, right? Because the zone does not want him to take this fight. They just gave him a big deal with 11 fights, and he's, okay. One guy came out and said if we'll give him this fight, then he'll maybe give us a fight we want. So Canelo wants to fight Murata. He's not wanting to fight either guy. And you see even Billy Joe Saunders. Told you Canelo called him a runner, but I don't know why they won't even fight him. Well, I didn't want him to fight Billy Joe Saunders. I think Canelo, if he's going to fight at 160, the division which he said he wanted to become undisputed at, the chance has always been there. And I'm going to always say this in the Canelo video because it's very important. People ignore it on purpose. Canelo, last year on his September date, he could have fought on that date. He could have fought Demetrius Andrade, who had the WBO title, for an undisputed middleweight fight wherever Canelo wanted it, under conditions he wanted it, and whenever on the date of his date, and anywhere he would have wanted to fight. What else do you want? We would have had one champion in middleweight, and everybody ignored it. Okay? So this fight here will probably be right up Canelo and his fans' alley. And I think I'm going to hope that it would be different, but it probably won't be. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen them when I was talking about Billy Joe Saunders, right? That he's not deserving because he just came back off a doping issue, right? And then had two ridiculous fights, you know. And, when you're on a doping issue or you've been gone, because just like Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders, they do these comebacks. But, it's like, hey, everybody, hey, he came back from something. Well, if you come back from something self-inflicted, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't fault them, but you don't need to exalt them. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, you came back from your thing, but the guys, let's reward discipline. The guys that have been there, right? Deontay Wilder and Joshua, they were there the whole time fighting, staying disciplined, and continuing to do their thing. So why do we exalt Tyson Fury above them? You understand? Shouldn't be. You went through some issues of your own. Billy Joe Saunders does the same thing. He comes back from doping, but we're going to penalize Charlo and Andrade, who have constantly been fighting them undisputed and constantly been two division champions and are still undefeated. Everybody just want them to fight each other. They now have nothing to do with each other. No division. There's nothing with two different divisions. Want them to fight in each other before they get a chance at Canelo and or Gennady Golovkin. So I don't want to see them brothers fight each other until they fight one of these dudes, like Canelo. But it's not happening. And I told you it's on purpose. You're not giving them an opportunity to achieve greatness. So Canelo will be allowed to fight Murata. And what I mean by allowed is there will be people that will thumbs down this that are okay with Murata, but not okay with Andrade, which is undisputed fight. Think about this. An undisputed fight. Right? We would not want to see that, but we would like to see Murata. Why? Because our guy can possibly win. Pathetic, but true. Dome Sports Talk. Worldwide. Boom. And I'm up out of here.